All right, so welcome back to this channel again, this Potence Hub. In this video, we're actually going to be walking through SMM, talking about social media marketing, as you can see right here. And this is going to be chapter 4. All right, stay tuned, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. All right, when we talk about social media marketing, now it's a form of digital marketing that involves protecting or promoting a brand, product, or service through social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, TikTok, and the others. There are numerous to mention. The primary goal of social media marketing is to increase brand awareness, and an audience, engage with an audience, and also drive website traffic, and on ultimately generate sales or leads. Are we together now? Now it is very important for us to understand what social media marketing is. All right, now in this course, we're going to be looking at the full overview of social media marketing. We're going to be looking at major social media platforms, developing a social media strategy, content creator or creation as well. We'll also be looking at social media advertising and as well as engaging with your audience. We'll also take a walk through paid versus organic social media marketing. We'll also look at affiliate and influencer marketing and integrating social media with other marketing channels. Very important, and as well as analytics and reporting. Yes, so these are a couple of things we're going to be looking at now. Social media marketing, like I said, it involves social media channels like there's numerous to mention: the X, which was previously known as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. Now, when we talk about the marketing aspect involved in social media, it has to do with brand awareness. That will definitely still lead to sales at the end of it for profiting. Are we together now? Now there are some key components you need to look at when it comes to SMM, and the key components, one of it is that you have to look at content creation. Yes, because you're dealing with promotion and services within the online space that has to do with most of these social media platforms. So content creation is one of it. Yes, meaning you have to develop engaging content, relevant content that is associated with a particular niche to be able to get through to that desired demographic, that desired audience by segmentation, so that you end up yielding a result from your content promotion. Are we together now? Another one is audience engagement. Like I said previously, when you create content, you need to look out for the best audience to be able to show those your content to. Although the algorithm of each social media platform can also help you do that work, but then you have to be consistent in that particular niche. Like I said, niche specific is very important when you're doing social media marketing. So you have to have a particular niche you're working on, and you take it up from there. The next thing is paid advertising. Advertisement. We have in terms of engaging your audience, you could do paid advertisement if you don't want to wait for too long. Because for example, you have a social media account that you just got started as a newbie, then you need to work on lots and lots of promotion if you want to really cover a huge you know people, so to say, or a huge number of audience. Are we together now? Now, next thing to do is after that, you look at your analytics. Analytics is you simply understanding or going through your track record of how well that particular post or that particular promotion has been able to, or advertisement has been able to, covered or how far it has been able to go, how many eyeballs do you have on it, and as well as conversation in terms of comments and reactions of people, reach, engagement, and the rest of the impressions, how well that particular content is behaving, the exact character of that content so far. Now that's on the analytics. You look for ways in which you can also improve upon what the current analytics is, so that you end up keep increasing in terms of your followers, the rest of that in your social media platform. Then the last but not least here is the brand consistency. When we talk about brand consistency, it has to do with minimize or meaning in maintaining a cohesive voice and style across all platforms to strengthen brand identity. Yes, this is very important because one thing, it's also tied to awareness when we talk about consistency, because most of the times what really brings about people's decision as regarding your particular content in which you post is the a number of times it is impressions, so to say. Yeah, the reach and impression, because the number of times you get to see a particular thing tends to stir up your desire, and then from there you are able to make a decision. So that's why brand consistency is very important. You don't want to go to a particular platform A and you post something and different, and you go to a particular platform B and you're posting another something totally off the that is not in correlation with what you've posted initially. By this I mean, when you're dealing with brand, you define your brand from the beginning before venturing into all of this, so that your brand color is going to be well pronounced when you're promoting all your services or your or your goods via content creation across all of these social media platforms. All right, now why does social media marketing matters? Why does it matter? It matters because um, we look at widespread. Yes, because when we're talking about these platforms, we're talking about widespread. Yes, because the entire population of the world, by statistics, is about 8 point, approximately 5 billion people living in the planet Earth. And then out of these 8.5 billion people, we have about 5.2 billion people who are currently making use of social media. When we mean social media, there are different platforms. Uh, Talking about Facebook, about 5.2 billion people are using Facebook. So you can imagine the widespread that it's going to really help your brand to cover, when it comes to reach within the social media space, as part of the matters of social media. Yes, another is targeted audience. It means you can choose a particular segmentation in regards to the niche in which you're working on, and your content can be able to get through to them. Even location specificity as well, you can choose a particular location, and your whatever it is gets through to that location. In case you don't want to have your ad displayed in a specific location, you can forget about this location and choose the desired location in which you've been able to measure the propensity towards your profit making in that area. Are we together now? Now another part of it is that cost effectiveness. Yes, it is cost effectiveness. We also look at enhanced customers engagement, brand awareness, and loyalty. Yes, people becomes tends to be loyal to your brand and even become your future marketers. Are we together now? We have insightful analytics. Yes, you can see what is going on right in one platform. SEO benefits. Yes, Google, which is part of the search engine, and other search engine tends to you know um, rank your social media accounts and make it visible to people. Are we together now? It also brings about competitive advantages, because when you're whatever it is you're doing, other people are also still doing, and so when it is they are being listed in a particular ranking platform, it means you also will be included because you all are also doing the same thing. Yes, are we together? Then trend awareness. So it also talks about trend awareness. That these are the why social media marketing matters. Are we together now? Now, if you see, look at what is going on. You could see the threshold of users in these platforms. You could see this is the result as at 2024. This is the result as at 2024. You can see briefly, clearly what it looks like here. Right, yeah, as you can see now, we have Facebook ranking number one, YouTube ranking second, WhatsApp ranking third, Instagram ranking fourth, and we have other couple of social medias that are key that are still ranking. Are we together now? Now, these are just posts in which you can go ahead and schedule. All right, are we together? Now, social media crisis management. This is very important because when we talk about social media crisis management, we have reputation management. This is addressing negative comments and managing brand, image. Are we together now? Addressing negative comments very important. You don't want your brand to go down, because one thing about social media is that it's very beautiful and interesting and also advantageous when you get into it. But the other thing is you have to be able to understand how it works and stay there. If not, you might end up taking what you never planned for. Yes, you might end up taking what you never planned for. If you're not careful enough to keep your emotion aside dealing with social media, you end up crying every day, and that might even help you you know walk out of the platform. So handling public relation crisis is very important as well. um, you need to also be transparent and authentic. Very important. Talking about transparency and authenticity is very important in what you're doing. That's what makes you stand tall. That's what makes the algorithm favors you even more. Are we together now? Now, ethics and legal consideration you need to look at is that data privacy. You need to your data privacy is very important. Understanding and complying with regulations like general data protection regulations, your GDPR and the rest of them, and it's very important. All of these ethics and legal consideration is very important, because if you that you don't know a thing, the level of your ignorance can also is not an excuse of you not being penalized. Yes, it's not an excuse. The fact that you ended up defaulting the policy that are shrouded within all of these social media platforms does not can lead you to even jail. Yes, can lead you to jail. So it is better you understand all of these policies and these agencies. Go ahead, read all the policies of all of these social media platforms, so that you would be able to understand much better and be on the safer side to avoid sorry at the end of the day. Yes, social media policy very important. Now, how much did Cristiano Ronaldo charge for one post on Instagram? You can imagine about $1.6 million. This is what we're talking about as at 2023. You can imagine, for just one post. Now we are talking about people who are like the big goats, the big shots in these platforms, with millions and millions of followers. So you can imagine, if they want to become a they want to maybe happen to do an advert for your business brand or whatsoever, this is what the charge looks like. So you can see that making money in social media is not it's a lot of people are actually making money from this platform, if you really know how these platforms behave. Now, social media marketing versus marketing, we are talking about social media management rather versus the marketing aspect. Management has to do with your day-to-day operations, and then interactions on social media platforms. Yes, very important. These are the your day-to-day interaction and operation, while the marketing is the promotion of product services through the social media platform and the rest of that. Now, the next one is that it includes content scheduling, reporting, responding, content scheduling, responding to comments, messages. These are the managerial aspect of it. Why this one involve creating targeted ad campaign, running promotion, and then crafting marketing strategies to reach specific audience. Are we together now? So basically, that's what it is. So when we talk about the difference between management and marketing, the marketing is the promotional aspect, the pulling at getting to people's awareness and the rest of this. That's why the management has to do with you paying attention to analytics driven aspect, and working on ways in which that can be improved, and also getting along to your audience or your targeted audience. Are we together now? Now, how to effectively set social media goals? Now we look at align with business objective. Whatever are your business objective, or the business objective in which you're working with, you have to ensure that it aligns with that. Yes. Now you have to use smart frameworks. Smart framework will talk about specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound framework. Very important. So when we talk about specific, you have to pick a niche and a particular social media platform in which this is supposed to be working. Yes. Measurable, you have to be looking at, okay, it's within a specific period of time, I want to gain 1,000 followers. You understand? You have to measure whatsoever it is you're doing. Achievable, is it achievable? Now you look at the realistic base and availability resources and current capabilities. Now, do you have people employed who are supposed to be doing this for you, or you are the one who's going to be doing it yourself? These are things you put on that check. That is relevant, being relevant. You also look at the goal. the goal should be, relevant to your brand and audience. Yes, it has to be relevant to your brand and your audience. You don't want to, be having a goal that is that becomes an outcast to whatever it is the brand in which you're promoting is for. Okay, time bound, very important. Time, how long, how often should you post? Are you to post 3 times a week, 2 times a week, 1 time a week, or whatsoever? These are things you also look at, and that will also still sponsor how your goal is going to be. Are we together now? Because if you set your goal, you should know what, because time bound also has to do with strategy as well towards achieving that. If not, you will not be able to do much within the social media space. Now, creation of content, very important, or content creation is very, very important. You have to be dynamic in your content creation. Also evolve, know what is going on. It's not, you don't have to just be stereotyped. You don't know what your own is to just create content. No, you have to be, evolve, know what's going on, know what century we are, know what is, palatable, know what gets people interested, and that's where you should, put your hands in, and then you end up receiving or having victory in that area. Now we have different types of content: image, graphics, infographics, video, stories, live stream, podcasts, blogs, and articles, and so much more. They are also still there. Are we together now? Key element to consider for effective social media content creation: you must understand your audience, choose the right platform. Like I said previously, content format also necessary. Consistency is key. I've taken time to reiterate this as well. Then you have to work on engagement and interaction, SEO and hashtag, so much so important. Analytics and insight. Reiterate that again. And then we also have creative tools, content calendar. You should have all of these. These are things that will make you, that will also boost you. These are key elements. The monetization, like I said, you can also earn from the media platforms as well, across all social media platforms, and you could also still earn physically, you know, um, when it happens that you're doing promotions for brand and the rest of that. Now, understanding your audience is very key, because this takes us to segmentation. You need to create content that is, that is going to be consumed by your audience. Very important. Yes, very important. If you're into fashion, you should know what you're looking at. If you're into culinary, you should know what you're looking at. Altogether, if you're into music, you should know who your audience are, and create relevant content in that area that is going to be helping you, and also, your page within these social media platforms. Are we together? Demographic is very important. Look at their psych psychographic, very important. Psychographic graphic, we're talking about the behaviors, values, lifestyle, online habits, and the rest of that of your audience, and all of that. And your content preference, which has to do with the type of content you do. Are we together now? Yes. Now you have to choose the right platform. Like I said initially, all of these platforms have the way they behave. It is your work to study how all of these platforms behave, and choose the platform that is, palatable for that particular content in which you want to promote. Like LinkedIn and Instagram are not the same thing. Yes, LinkedIn, it is, is another ball game altogether from Instagram. Are we together now? The same thing with YouTube. YouTube and Pinterest are totally different. So you need to understand how they behave, and then you are able to manipulate, or achieve, a good success level in that area. Are we together now? Choose the right platform for your image, video. Know which platform, is good for reels, videos, and all of that, and would be able to do well. You have YouTube, you have TikTok, you have a couple of them that will be able to do that for you. Choose that. Choose also platforms that are good on stories, so that you can also post stories. Facebook is also one of that. Snapchat, perfect one for that. Instagram as well. And you choose, platform, if you want to be doing live streaming. That's what you want to be doing: question and answer series, event, and the rest of that. There are platforms for this. You choose the right platform for it. Are we together? And that is going to take you to your milestone. Now, consistency, like I said, always is the key. To build a follower, you need to post regularly. Yes, because like I said, people need to see what you're doing. That is what is going to sponsor their desire level for you. Then this doesn't mean posting daily, but having a consistent schedule that your audience can expect. So it therefore means that once your audience gets through to social media, they'll be looking out for you. Are we together? These are things you should look at. Then use social media, scheduling, like, buffers, you know Hootsuite and the rest of it. These are platforms in which you can later, these are platforms you could use to be able to schedule across multiple platforms at a single post. Are we together? Engagement and interaction, very important. Response to comment. Some people don't want to be kept idle. Whilst you're doing that, you have to respond to them. Why, when they send you a message or whatever, it's very important. That way they will be able to be loyal to your brand, and that and all of that. Now, hashtag is also very important. You have to use relevant hashtag. Use hashtags that are highly conversational. Yes, yeah, then in line with your niche, and also use some of your own personal created hashtag as well. Now, these are also platform specific and all of that. You could take your time and also create pools. You could do question and answer session. You don't need to speak to them. It could be just a write up that has lots of checkbox, and you're like, okay, if this is this, how many are interested in this? That can also, like, a questionnaire sort of. Now, what you're doing, you're engaging your audience, you're getting them to work, and making them, put their hands in to that particular post in which you created. Hashtag, I said, SEO, all of this helps. Very important. As you can see now, these are some analytics. As you can see, this is what analytics looks like. As you can see right here, so it gives you an overview of whatever or how that post has been functional within the threshold of time that you posted. Like I said, content calendar is very important. You should have a calendar to say, okay, Monday I'm posting this, Tuesday I'm posting this, or Monday I'm posting this, Wednesday I'm posting. You can make it intervals depending on what your goal is, and how you've been able to work on yourself. Now, we also have creative tools in which you could use to create all of this content. We have Canva. Basically, you could use Canva, you could create videos, you could create images, you could create text, and some of that. We have Figma, you understand, for UI UX and the rest of that. We have Notion. There are a couple of them. A whole lot. Audacity for audio. You want to do podcasts, you could use Audacity. You have Lumo 5 AI, image generate, and some of all of these tools and the rest. You have Grammarly for content writing and the rest of that. Crello, there are many of them. Slack. So you choose InShot for the video creation, and then editing. Yeah, a whole lot of that. Adobe Creative Cloud and the rest of that. So you could take your time, walk through all of these platform buffers, so that you can be able to use them effectively and efficiently. Now, trend and challenge. Now, you have to also stay updated on trend. Yes, that you're a content creator, you have to always know what is happening. The fact that you're a content creator doesn't mean that you shouldn't watch other people's content. You should always only be creating your content. No, that's not what we're talking about. You should also watch other people's content, so that you can know what is happening within the confines of the space in which you are, posting around the world, so that you can be able to be relevant. Then jump on the trend. That is also what is going to make you relevant, because when other people are trending, and you are also part of the trend, and you jump into it, you see the algorithm tends to favor you. Like I said, you become part of the listed or the ranking content that are in that particular trend. Are we together now? Yes, content pillars, very important. You have to establish content pillars or team that guides you to create content. For example, if you are a lifestyle influencer, focus on inspirational motivation, health, fitness, travel, adventure, fashion and style. Now, this is very important. You need to pay attention to that. Now, branding and storytelling is another part too. Then when we're talking about storytelling, it has a particular tone you use. You don't need to just focus. You don't need to be dull when you're speaking. You have to be very eloquent in your speech, and as well as persuasive. As we are we together now? So these are some of the things you look at. So you need to study that. I'll be creating a video on content creation soon, so you could always check on this channel. Meanwhile, if you're drawing value from this channel, do it to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Very important, so you'll be notified whenever it is we drop a new video like this, for your for to increase your your insight as regarding whatever it is the subject matter. Are we together now? Now, like I said, voice and tone is very important. You want people to buy something, you don't use a bedroom voice, you don't use a romantic voice. Nobody's going to have your time. Yes, if you're promoting the product, you have to be loud. You have to be aggressive in your speech. I want you to tell them that there's something going on here. Then if you're into normal lifestyle, you're into relationship, you're into all of these kind of things, you could use romantic kind of voice, that is for your audience. So audience specific are also tied to the kind and types of voice in which you use. Are we together? Monetization, there are a couple of them. You have sponsored posts. Most of these platforms, you have to pay them to be able to sponsor your posts. You could also do affiliate marketing, as well as you can also become a merchandiser, where also uh this one, you sell branded products to your own followers. So that way, all these brands tend to pay you for it. Affiliate, you can promote products and earn commission. Promote other people's products and also earn commission within your platform and the rest of that. Then content subscription, people can end up subscribing to your content and the rest on these platforms, and you'll be paid from it. There's a whole lot on social media market. You can really gain a whole lot here. Are we together now? Like I talked about initially, you have to look at the ethical and legal consideration. Look at copywriting and fair use. Very important. Check. You don't need to use people's content. You can build upon people's content, but don't post exactly what other persons have posted. Social media frowns about it. Yes, honestly. So you need to look into that. Very important. Then disclosure, be transparent about sponsored posts and affiliate links, so that people would know that yes, this is actually an affiliate link or this is a sponsored post. Are we together? Privacy, very important. Respect the privacy of individuals to avoid sharing personal information within content. Are we together? Like I said initially, you don't just somebody post a content, carry it and post, because if you do that, and the person doesn't like it, and the person tends maybe gets awareness, comes to realization and decide to pull up or pull down that post within that space, you're still having that post on your page, and by that the person can give you, flag you up, and then that your account that has been built over the years can be withdrawn, banned, or deleted. So these are things you need to understand, so that you will not be working in vain. Very important. It's very sweet to talk the way I'm saying it now, but if you become part of it and see and work in vain, you will now understand how that part is, or what it looks like, or how it feels. So that is why it is very important to cope all of this. Are we together? Then social media analytics, like I said, you have to always pay attention to your analytics. That will really help you very very well. Now, engagement of audience, like I said, I've reiterated all of these several and several times. So just very important. You need to understand your targeted audience as well. Understand your demographic, understand your graph, your geography, also the behavior, like I said, the psychographic. Are we together? Meaning their behaviors and all of their what they perceive and all of that. Are we together? Now the buying intent, their buying intent, their sub, cultures and all of that, hobbies, values. These are things you need to understand about your audience, so that when you're creating, you create what will tally with their emotions as well. Are we together now? Now we have type of audience. We have like and reaction. We have review and mentors. We have comments and replies. We have shares and resharing. We have website interaction. You have to look into this as a social media marketer. Are we together now? So it is very important. Why is audience engagement important for your content? Yes, it increase brand loyalty, boost visibility, gain feedbacks, improve user experience. Are we together? Very important. Engage your audience is very important. Very important. Describe a scene or a character, tell a story, share personal experience, relate to your recent event. Are we together? You have to do all of this. You're using this to be able to engage with your audience. Point out something important about the audience or to the current settings. Show a compelling visual image. These are things you use. Ask a provocation question. You get people into that trend. You get people talking about it. These are ways in which you engage your audience. Spell out what's at stake for your listeners. Are we together? Offer a humorous observation or story. You have to look for a way to engage your audience. If not, your social media is not going to be doing, or your platform, that particular platform in which you're working on, might not really do well, or your content might not really do well for you. Are we together? Now, paid versus social media marketing, paid versus organic social media marketing. Now, organic social media marketing, you grow, uh you grow your audience, you drive leads and all of they are all the same, but it's just that for the paid, you have to focus on paying for it. But the organic means you have to grow by yourself. You have to understand how this thing works and grow by yourself. but paid, you have to segment all of these things, and of course using money to be able to drive all of this advantage to yourself. Are we together now? Yes. So basically that is that, paid advertisement and all of that. Now let's talk a little about affiliate marketing, and then we'll be wrapping up soon on this. Now we'll talk about affiliate marketing and influencing marketing. You have to have a structure for them. Affiliate marketing revenue as a percent of a sale. That's how you gain your compensation structure. You're being revenued as a percentage. Are we getting? Then when it comes to influencing marketing, free product or flat fee. Are we together? You need to promote somebody for as an influencer. They pay you up front and you do your work and that's it. But for affiliates, it means you have to, the way you earn is by percentage. Yes, it's by percentage. Now the purpose in when it comes to affiliate marketing, increasing the domain authority of your intended site is what works for you. Increasing, why for influencing marketing you generate attention on a post and attaining free product. Are we together now? Then when it comes to where they advertise, for affiliates, they work on trade events. That's the trade events, articles, blog. These are where you use to be able to get your stuff. But influencing marketing, you hit social media straight up. Yes, you hit social media straight up. Then the goal is sales driven for affiliate marketing. But for influencing marketing, it's build brand awareness. Are we together now? So what you're focusing is building their brand. But this one you're working on selling products and services. Are we together? Now the reason why you're having lots of Cristiano Ronaldo here is because he's a brand as well, and he's the gold as well, and he's actually doing well for himself on that. Are we together now? Because he's also an influencer marketer. Are we together now on that? So these are things you need to look at. Key components of paid advertisement: social media ads, influencing marketing, targeting ads, native advertising, and all of that. You could take your time and pause this video at any point in which you need to, be cleared on, and then you could read all of this slide while the video or whilst the video is paused for your benefit. So I'm just going to be walking through because all of these I've reiterated them, over and over again. Key matrices: you need to look at engaging matrix, the likes and reactions, comments, shares. These are key metrics that you need to pay attention to. So this is just an overview of what social media marketing looks like. So like I said, you could pause the video at intervals to go through any of these particular slides, read through for your better understanding, including all of these analytics processes, so that you can also learn vividly from what has been or what you're seeing right on your screen altogether. Now I'm going to be wrapping up here at this point. But before I wrap up, let's just talk about challenges in social media analytics. Now, one of it is data overload. Very important, data overload. With so many metrics available, it can be overwhelming. Yeah, are we together? Take for example, you have a post that has up to 3 million views or 100 million views. Do you know what the comment section is going to look like? How do you tend to go through to the comment section and start working or start replying comment and all of that? So that's what we mean data overload. These are things you look at. You also have attribution issues. Uh, Measuring the exact impact of social media efforts on sales and conversion can be tricky. You see that now, especially if customers interact with multiple channels, platforms, and the rest of it. So these are things you look at. You could take your time, pause the video, and read through all of these slides. It's going to actually still help you big time. Yes. So at this point, I'm going to be calling it a day. Remember, if you're seeing this video for the first time, do well to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you will be notified whenever it is we come your way on this. Um, as regarding digitization and all of that. Remember, if you have any question and answer, any question section whatsoever that you want to ask in relation to this or relation to any digital whatever it is, you can go to the comment section and leave it there, and we're actually going to be attending to those questions. Our team are actually going to be attending to that all of those questions and then it's going to be to your benefit. We would also be working on videos that are also related to your questions that is also going to help you when you come across. So at this point, I'm going to be saying thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.